Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist saying, "No, I will not make room for thin people on the bus. If I'm spilling into your seat, that's your problem." We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips from this same creator, including one where they talk about how to get over the awkwardness of asking for a seatbelt extender on a plane, and they also recommend stealing the seatbelt extender off the plane so you can have it for later. Did you know that I have a second channel where I react to things that are not related to fat acceptance? It's called Cynical Reacts. I recently released a video on that channel about how JoJo Siwa has lost her damn mind. Here's a link. Be sure to subscribe to that channel for more non-FA related content in the future. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
This video is for fat people and for people who love fat people.
Finally, a video for me.
So
I love her little unhinged laugh there. I'm fine, everything is fine. Sorry.
On the bus the other day and I saw this gorgeous fat woman. We had very similar super fat body types.
Oh, so of course she was gorgeous then. I saw a dude that looked like me on the bus the other day. The most stunning human being I've ever seen in my life.
And I had a very mind-blowing, perception, weird out-of-body experience.
Alright, okay. Things are getting a little mystical, if you will.
I noticed her doing something that I know that I do, but I never knew what I looked like doing it. If you're fat, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. She pooped her pants a little bit, huh? Oh, that's not what you're talking about. I didn't do that either then.
So, let's say you're on the bus or you're on the subway with a non-fat friend. If you're gonna share the love seat, right? Like the two-seater, I guarantee that you're gonna wanna sit on the outside, right? And when you sit on the outside...
Maybe I want to sit on the inside. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I was unaware that there were love seats on the bus, so I don't really know what she's talking about.
I bet you that you do whatever it takes to not let your thigh touch your friend's thigh.
Not at all, dude. Not at all. If you're friends with me, dude, our thighs are touching. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just part of this friendship. Sorry if you're not used to being this close to another human being, okay? It's not weird. You're making it weird, dog. I'm sorry. In our friendship, we're gonna be touching each other all the time, okay? I'm sorry. We're gonna be sitting close to each other, our legs are gonna be touching, we're gonna pretend like we're just friends. Oh my god, that was so weird. And then we're gonna lock eyes, and then we're gonna... Do you wanna be more than friends? I'm sorry, things are getting weird. I can't have friends, clearly. If you're friends with me, dude, our thighs are touching all the time. Stop putting my arm around you. Okay, maybe I should cut a lot of that. Things are getting weird.
Which means that most probably you are letting half of your leg or maybe your full ass butt cheek hang over the side.
Well, I don't know why you would let your full ass butt cheek hang over the side. Alright, so you're doing some weird kind of little hover maneuver where half of your butt is hanging off the seat and you've got only one cheek planted firmly upon it and you're balancing like this or something? Sounds like a lot of work.
And you are so uncomfortable, but to you it means that you're making enough space for your friend. You're not invading your friend's space by being fat.
Yeah, it would be cool to not invade our friend's space. Despite what I said earlier, I don't want our thighs to touch unless we're gonna be more than friends. Sorry.
Anybody else doing this? I do this all the time. Now, I never thought much of it. I just really didn't want to be perceived as fat.
What? Didn't want to be perceived as fat. You either fit into the space or you don't. And if you don't, then you shouldn't be going into somebody else's space. I'm gonna have to go ahead and agree with the sentiment of that.
I didn't want to take up too much space.
You don't want to take up somebody else's space. That's why you're hovering one butt cheek in the air, madam.
I want to get into my friend's personal space, yada yada yada. But witnessing this gorgeous fat young girl sitting so uncomfortably.
gorgeous. You have to make sure you keep saying that she was gorgeous, okay?
And letting her leg just hang off the side while her very straight-bodied friend had so much room in the gap and was just chilling out.
Well, you don't want to cross the divide into somebody else's space. So if your body doesn't fit onto your side, do whatever it takes to not go onto somebody else's side. This isn't your super straight-sized friend's fault, so they shouldn't be put out.
It really made me question,
Is that a hairless cat?
why are we making ourselves
How
extra
wrinkly that cat is.
uncomfortable in seats that are not made for us so that we can make the people that we're with more comfortable, people who the seats are literally designed for?
You were saying it like it's a bad thing that the seats weren't designed for you. The seats were designed for an average person many years ago before everybody started becoming morbidly obese. Randomly for some reason. And if you don't fit into your own seat and you're gonna go into somebody else's seat, then hang off or get into a different seat or do whatever you have to do to not encroach on somebody else's space. If you can't fit into those seats, maybe you have an issue. Maybe. Maybe the seats don't need to be worked on, but you need to do work on yourself. Maybe. I mean, what do I know, dude? I'm just a guy with a microphone. What the hell do I know?
Why aren't they making extra room for us to feel more comfortable? Sorry.
What? Because they fit into a normal seat as it already exists. Why would they do something to make you feel comfortable? If you don't fit into the seat, that's a you problem. Should sober people pay the bail of alcoholics when they get DUIs? That's what I think. This situation has nothing to do with you at all. You need to help me.
My cat's in the way here. When I noticed this, I saw what I looked like. And I thought to myself, I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm not doing this anymore. This is everyone else's fault but my own.
If I'm with a loved one or a friend who can't stand the feeling of my legs taking up a little extra space on their side, then that person's definitely not the right friend for me. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, if somebody wants to take up my space and have no problem with it whatsoever and is completely greedy and selfish, I don't think that's the friend for me.
I was literally sitting with a straight-sized friend when I noticed this, and I was like, oh my god, I'm doing the exact same thing.
I hate the term straight size so much.
My butt is hanging off the side. So I just scooched right in. And my thigh touched my friend's thigh, and that was it. She didn't think anything of it.
She didn't say anything because she was being nice. She might have thought things about it. She might have thought, hey, why are you encroaching on my space just because you can't fit into your own space? Get the hell off of me. That's what I would have thought if you were my friend. I'd say, hey, your leg is touching me. Get the hell away from me, friend. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't freak out like that. But if you can't fit into your own seat, why are you trying to make it my fault? I'm just sitting here and you're like laying up on me and stuff and like getting all up in my grill, as it were. Showing my age. Getting up in my grill? All right, Grandpa, why don't you go have a nap, okay? You've had enough fat acceptance for today, Grandpa. Why don't you go have a nap?
And boom, I was 100 times more comfortable. So, all to say,
Okay, so if we're not comfortable, just barge into somebody else's space and then try to make them feel bad about it so we don't have to deal with the bad feelings that we have. Okay.
if you are fat, take up some more space.
That's something that I never understood within this movement. They're like, we're fat, we're going to take up space. Like, I know you're going to take up more space. You're larger than other people. Way to prove all the stereotypes wrong, huh?
Get comfortable, especially if you're sharing the love seat with someone who loves you.
Okay, should I also start smoking on the bus to make myself comfortable, even if it puts other people out?
If for some reason that person has a problem with you guys touching, then that's their problem. You know what I mean?
No. If you are over the line that is the divider between our two seats and you are touching me, you are the problem. I'm in my seat. You're the one encroaching on my space. Nice try trying to act like I'm the one with the problem here.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it.
Alright, so that was weird and I disagree. If you can't fit into your space, you shouldn't go barging onto somebody else's space and then try to make them feel bad. Why aren't you making room for me? I'm not making room for anybody. I'm sitting in the space allotted to me. If you don't fit in the space allotted to you, maybe you have something you should work on. I don't know. Either way, whether you do or do not work on it is not my problem. Don't touch me, friend. Now, this is probably why I don't have any friends and I don't hang out with anybody. Next. All right, now she's going to be regaling us with songs about her trials and tribulations.
I have never been small.
Okay.
I have never been thin. I'm almost 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So tall I stretched my skin.
It was the height causing the stretch marks and the stretching of the skin. This is new to me. This is very new to me. Are you sure it's the height that's causing the skin stretching and not something else? I'm sure that some people do get stretch marks from being tall, but if you said you've never been small, maybe that's the source of your stretch marks. So tall I stretched my skin.
I've got scars from blue to red. Permanent, dyed my hair to feel relevant.
Okay, you got purple and blue bruises, and you dyed your hair to feel relevant. Okay, you're opening up a lot here. I think this might be the case for a lot of fat activists. Well, I'm here to tell you that dyeing your hair a certain color does not make you relevant. What makes you relevant are the words that come out of your mouth. I know it's pretty superficial and stupid of me to think that, huh?
Bruises round my eyes, delicate, soft
Delicate?
on the inside.
Okay.
I've got stories I could tell. Are you listening? Years I was unwell.
Her voice ain't bad, you know? The lyrics are kind of interesting, but her singing voice is not bad at all. It's pretty good.
Now I've built this shell, distancing myself from the outside.
Okay, and then she's just gonna start breaking down crying right now. Alright, her singing is pretty good. Some of those lyrics, like I said, are a little wacky. So tall I stretch my skin. I've got blue and purple bruises all over them. I got bruises around my eyes, she said. All kinds of stuff. Sounds like she got beat up. I think a lot of fat activists can relate to that part about dyeing my hair to try to stay relevant. At least you admit it, but that's pretty goofy. Next. Alright, and now she's going to be talking about the trials and tribulations of requesting a seatbelt extender.
If you're a fatty who's about to go on a plane ride, you're about to jet across the sky,
I am.
and you know that the seatbelts are tight or maybe don't fit at all, and you're cringing thinking about what you're gonna do, I got your back. This is the video for you. Here's
Okay.
the thing. If you've done any research about this, you know that there is a very easy way to get a seatbelt extender.
Of course I've researched this extensively. I don't have a life like other people.
You just ask as you're walking onto the plane. I don't recommend that you do it while you're already in your seat. It's kind of awkward because they're usually busy, the flight attendants. Usually they're just waiting there at the front greeting you. Hello, hello. Ask them right there. Go, hello, can I please have a seatbelt extender?
If you need a seatbelt extender, are you going to have trouble fitting into your own seat? You said before that you couldn't really fit into your own seat on the bus, so is that also going to be an issue on the plane? I'd say it's a much bigger issue on a plane because you're usually there for a much longer time and you're like more enclosed. You're in this little tube full of demons, just like Kenneth Copeland would say.
Thank you very much. The less cringe you are, the less cringe they are. Trust me. Now, here's the thing. In my experience, they don't just have it handy to just give it to you right there. They're going to bring it to you at your seat. Personally, I don't like that wait. I don't like waiting around for them to come. I don't like them bringing it to me in front of everyone. I find it a little bit awkward. I find it a little bit cringe. I don't know if you...
Okay, so you're embarrassed to have them bring you the seatbelt extender because there's nothing wrong with being morbidly obese and nobody should be ashamed of it. Okay.
You've ever thought about this. But you can bring your own bitch.
Oh my god, stop. Dude, the day that you have to start carrying around your own seatbelt extender, is this not a red flag or a wake-up call of some sort? For some people, the wake-up call is when they have to start getting injections of insulin. For others, the wake-up call might be when I have to carry around my own seatbelt extender that I brought from home. What other aviation safety gadgets have you purchased because you don't fit into the regular seat? When you go to the doctor's office, like I had to bring my own scale, theirs couldn't accommodate me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just like, where does it end? When do we have a wake-up call? Like never? Never at all? When I have to start getting insulin. when I have to bring my own seatbelt extender, when I constantly need an oxygen tube or a CPAP machine to sleep. Any of these could be some kind of flag, perhaps red. I don't know, dude.
Just bring your own seatbelt extender.
Just bring your own seatbelt. Construct your own plane, you know? When the fat phobia gets too bad, I had to build my own Boeing 747 from spare parts that I sourced. I don't have any kind of problem at all, dude. I just need special accommodations for literally everything, that's all.
Seatbelt extender in my bag, my carry-on. I've never had a problem going through security, and then when I sit on my seat, I take it out very discreetly,
Why very discreetly? We're ashamed, and we're trying to smuggle on our own seatbelt extender like it was drugs. And then you're secretly fastening it when nobody is looking. Oh, nobody could see this. You guys, I'm just like the rest of you. I don't need a special thing. Like, if you feel a ton of shame around something with yourself, maybe that thing needs to be addressed.
to avoid people's rudeness, and I just lock myself in myself. I don't have to worry about it, and then when the flight's done, I undo it, I put it back in my bag.
And then on the way out, they're like, ma'am, did you steal part of the airplane? And they make this huge scene that's like 20 times more embarrassing because then you have to explain to them, no, actually, I smuggled on my own seatbelt extender and I discreetly fastened it when nobody else was looking. Because it's good to be obese and we should all be proud to be obese. So much so that I had to be all super sneaky.
Done! You'd be asking yourself, but Jenna, where did you get this seatbelt? I can't tell.
But Jenna, where did you get this seatbelt? I've heard other fat activists say not to bring your own third-party seatbelt extender because they are often not up to FAA regulations and they're not safe. So I don't know, man.
Tell you that.
Allegedly stolen because no one checks and everyone leaves the plane in a rush. And honestly, it's so flying in a large body that it's basically owed to us. So I vote, do what you gotta do if you gotta do it, you know? Okay, so you literally did steal this, and I wasn't just taking the piss, mate, a moment ago when I said that. Okay, well that also addresses my former concern about third-party seatbelt extenders. Just steal one.
Knowing that I have my own seatbelt extender has...
Okay, I'm reporting you to the FAA immediately. After she got all uppity with me on the bus when she was in my personal space, started yelling at me that I need to move over, and now here she is stealing federal aviation safety equipment. Delta's gonna blacklist you for this, dude.
changed my flying experience. Like, so far, no one has ever...
Why are these people always flying anyway? You know, like all these fat activists are always jet setting to all these locations and flying and all this stuff. What the hell? Your whole lives are a damn vacation. Who has the time? Doesn't anybody work?
said, excuse me, where did you get that seatbelt extender? I do it incognito, and no one's ever asked me a thing.
Right, so you stole it, and then you sneakily put it on every time. And then you have to smuggle it back off the plane without them noticing because they'd be like, hey, wait a minute. That's our seatbelt extender. That's got the Delta logo on it.
And I have to tell you, I feel way more confident, way less stressed, way less nervous when I fly. And guess what? I'm safe. So if the plane goes down, chances are I'm going to survive. You're welcome.
And she wrapped up the video by saying, if the plane goes down, I'll be fine. I don't think you understand what seatbelts are for on a plane. I think if the plane crashes... everybody's done. Everybody's pretty much done. I think it's just for turbulence, right? To keep everybody in their seat when the plane starts flopping around all crazy. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Is it fine to encroach on somebody else's space on the bus and then yell at them, telling them that they need to make room for you? Also, can you be so tall that it stretches your skin? That's all I got from the second video. And finally, should you steal safety equipment off of the plane? Leave a comment below. I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with all of the aforementioned, especially stealing safety equipment off of the plane. I'm pretty sure that's gotta be some kind of felony, dude. Don't do that. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.